It is the morning after the recording of the first episode of The Rot with Spencer and Wendy.
It is 10:30 right now.
10:30 in the morning. Spencer went a little bit too crazy on those root beers, and
I mean, it's all the evidence is in the last episode.
Yeah, all the evidence is in the last episode. I woke up and I didn't check the time. It must have been like 4 a.m, and my body was screaming, "Puke! Puke!" and I was like so dizzy. And I just sat on the Wendy's fucked up couch.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, let's talk about the couch real quick.
I don't want to talk about the couch.
Wendy, what's wrong? It's not embarrassing. It's funny. What's wrong with the couch?
Well, I thought it was a very nice couch when I bought it. I bought it from a furniture outlet.
It was very nice when you first got it.
Very nice couch.
There's only one thing wrong. Everything else, if that one problem wasn't there, it'd be fine.
Well, most of my friends are fat.
Right. Yeah, not you though.
Well, I'm fat. I'm like 260 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm
a little bit more than
me,
that.
Honestly. And I have a bad habit of plopping onto the couch.
That's what my mom says I do. She hates when I do that.
Yeah. So the middle of the couch, all of the wooden beams are just, or like 2 of the wooden beams are just, bowed and broken, and there's no springs in the middle, so it's like a big U shape. The entire couch is. So
Wendy usually sits on the non-fucked up side because she is the woman of the house, so she gets to sit where she wants.
That's right.
So I get stuck in the and I
need a recliner.
You do need
being the woman of the house. I need a recliner.
Where would you put it?
Probably in front of the bookcase. I don't know.
Well, you're not here for much longer, so
I'm really not.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm not long for this place.
Not long for this place. Not in a suicide way. More like a getting the fuck out of this terrible apartment way.
Yeah, it sucks.
So the couch.
If you could see how ugly this carpet is, you'd want to leave immediately.
It's very ugly carpet, and it's probably like. I watched this terrible video. I'm not saying you have this, but I want to tell you, Wendy's pretty clean. All right, she's not as clean as me, but nobody's as clean as me, except for my parents and hypochondriacs. So, which is basically the same thing. I watched this video. If I could find it, I might edit it in. It's so fucking gross. I feel like it was faked, honestly, because of how shocking it was.
Was it on like a snuff site or something?
Jesus Christ, no.
Oh, okay.
You think I go on websites like that? I don't go on Don't make that face. I don't watch. I'm not on like r/watch people die or something. I don't like seeing. I can't even handle like gory movies anymore.
Really?
They freak me out.
You can't watch The Thing?
The Thing's not that bad because you can tell it's all like green shit instead of like real blood most of the time.
Right.
But I watched this movie. I watched like the last third of this movie with my mom and my sister called Barbarian.
Okay.
And I'm not, because you'll probably like it, so you should watch it. Okay. But there's one part towards the end, it's disgusting. And Hunter was like, "You only saw the last third of that movie, you missed out." And I was like, "I don't want to watch it now after what I saw." But there's a part where somebody gets their eyes gouged out with their thumbs, and it's amazing practical effects. I have no idea how they did it. It's like applesauce is coming out. It was really gory.
Oh wow!
So Wendy is the woman of the house, so she gets to sit wherever the fuck she wants, which usually means I have 2 options. I can sit on the fucking floor,
or on the other side,
which is fucked up.
It's not that fucked up.
You're talking about the like what is that part of a couch called?
I have no idea. It's the little part that sticks out.
It's like the longer part. It's one of those couches. But that's kind of like, there's always stuff there. There's always like a big pile of blankets, and it's uncomfortable to be that far away from.
Yeah,
away from
you.
True. And you gotta like, I can't fucking. You have to like stretch out on it to sit on it.
They can hear that. That squeaky noise that you're making with your
I'm
leg.
gonna stop that. So there's the fucked up U part of the couch that I have to sit in, and it's like a battle getting out of it, especially when you're an almost 300-pound, 6'2" hunk of flesh like I am. I'm not just fat; I'm ripped. I could throw Wendy like a spear. I played college ball.
No, you did not play college ball.
I was on a basketball team for a while.
Fun fact. In elementary school?
Yes, I was. I was a point guard.
Wow.
And I played soccer, too. I used to be skinny.
I used to play soccer, too.
Soccer sucks.
It does suck. It's so bad.
I'm getting distracted, but the other day...
It's actually called football.
Football? I was at my... on campus, and there's a Steak and Shake.
Oh,
Yeah, and I get to
yeah.
eat free there.
No way!
Well,
Free steak and shake?
It's part of my plan.
Do y'all remember the Cajun steak burger? Fucking F in the chat right there. It's gone. They used to have this amazing burger called the Cajun steak burger, and had this great seasoning on it, and some like the bun was all seasoned and everything. Oh my god, it was amazing. But it's gone now. They removed it for some godforsaken reason. Isn't most of Steak and Shake's business in the South?
Yeah, look at this real quick.
What? Look at what?
I'm opening an image that nobody can see. They're gonna be like, "What are they?"
Spencer's showing me porn.
Where's my bun?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I look weird.
I gotta fix that.
Yeah. I just look like I have a helmet on.
No, you don't.
I kind of do.
You looks more like what's his name? The guy.
I love the crab though.
The short guy from the Triad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
About Dr. Orpheus's team.
Oh, the Alchemist.
Yeah, the Alchemist.
I love that crab though. You did a really good job on the crab.
Thank you. I looked up an image for it.
Yeah, I googled it. So back to the couch. Then I'm gonna talk about what I eat on campus, and that's gonna be like a 15-minute thing. You're gonna be disgusted.
Oh my god.
So the couch is fucked up, and so like this morning at like maybe 4 a.m, like the sun was starting to come up. My body shakes me awake, and everything.
Does it start vibrating?
Yeah, I start like every part of me is saying, Spencer, you need to vomit.
It's like the progressive knife. You're the progressive Spencer.
The progressive Spencer, yeah. The Vorpal blade of Spencer's. And so I threw up in my mouth twice, and I swallowed it. And I was just like, I'm not throwing up in Wendy's new clean toilet. I'm not doing that. I don't want to get up.
Well, if you did, you'd have to clean it up.
Yeah, so I would have to clean it up. So I battled with that for a few minutes, and then I went back to bed. So here's what I eat at WKU. So I have.
We got to put like some music behind this, like montage music, I guess, because you're like counting things off your fingers. It would be funny.
I'll see if there's royalty-free shit that I can download. Right. Downloading YouTube videos is hard now. It's like,
of course it's hard. They hate it.
I don't know how to rip shit. I might just put the prices right. Do. That's my favorite song in the world.
It's great. It's great.
So it makes me laugh every time I hear it. It's so funny. Okay, so my meal plan is the meal plan. You get 14 meal swipes a week, which means you can eat twice a day or 3 times a day if you want.
That's incredible.
And you ration them out. And so I've been eating a lot better. I've cut out fried food, but as you're about to hear, I do eat some nasty shit.
We're about to have some fried chicken later.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that because it's like a special treat now. You know, instead of like there's a Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
There's a Chick-fil-A, but the line is always like literally 30 people. It takes
of course.
It takes like fucking 20 minutes to get a sandwich there.
Oh yeah.
And so when you go to one of these establishments, so let me paint what the DSU looks like, the Downing Student Union, the Down Student Union. It's this really big building. In the bottom part of it, there's a merch, or like, you know, like they sell school shit. They're like fucking calculators and even lab coats, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
But they also have a mini Apple store in there with like iPads and computers and shit for like thousands of dollars. And I'm like, maybe Spencer hits a devious. Like, I'm joking. I don't steal. But I was just hanging out there. I was showing my girlfriend the campus. And I was just messing with the Apple Watches. They, you know how you go to an Apple store and you just have the products you can test. I was like, holy shit, my school is fucking expensive. It's fancy as fuck compared to IU Southeast, which is where I used to go when I was studying journalism. So in the DSU, and there's a ton of food options. We're gonna try to get to every single one that I know of, because there are even some that I haven't been to. So there's
how many exactly?
I'd say there are about 20 places.
Wow.
Yeah. So in the DSU, there's the burrito place, which I haven't been to because the line is always long and it closes early. There's a Starbucks, which I went to once, and I got a very...
You know what? My thing about Starbucks is they don't have very good hot chocolate.
My thing about Starbucks is that the coffee fucking sucks.
Apparently, both the hot chocolate and the coffee sucks.
Yeah, it's really not very good coffee. So there's a Starbucks, there's a Burrito place, Starbucks. There's Fresh, which is the cafeteria. It's a buffet.
Okay.
Sometimes they have really good stuff. Usually I go there for breakfast because I love biscuits and gravy. That's like my favorite breakfast food. And sometimes I have a friend on campus named Xander. Shout out to Xander, very good friend of mine.
What's up, Xander?
They're not gonna watch this.
No,
Probably
I thought
not.
they would.
They might not be able to handle the
Xander,
idiocracy.
if you're watching this, we're really glad that you're watching it.
Yeah, thanks. So so there's Fresh, which is not very good. My roommate works there. Mm-hmm. He works as a dishwasher, and I'm trying to give him all the tips of being a dishwasher, and he doesn't listen to me.
Of course he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to you about anything.
Because I'm a wise.
Is Trent gonna listen to this?
No.
Well, why not? Oh, he'd rather watch like TikToks or whatever.
He's into a VTuber right now, and he keeps.
You're kidding me, a VTuber?
He's saying he's ashamed of it, and I'm like, who fucking cares? It's a cute anime girl. Like, I'm always looking at cute anime girls. I'm looking at them right now.
That's true.
And I'm dating one. There's the Fresh, which is let me start over. I'm gonna give them all a ranking. Okay. Starbucks. All right. Starbucks, C. Burrito place.
Campus food taste test.
Burrito place, have not been to. Fresh, B. Maybe A. You know what? Fuck it. Give it an A. Because you can have as much as you want.
I like that you're giving them letter grades, like the what's the institution that grades restaurants?
The Michelin stars?
Yeah, the Michelin. No, not that one. It's like whenever you walk outside a restaurant, there's a green A in front of it or something like that. Not
like that, because I bet if... they don't have those, but I bet all of them would have.
Well, you really don't judge restaurants by what the letter on the outside says. Yeah, because it could be a C place and it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, you go to your Indian place and it's the best food you ever had.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's contaminated with E. coli and you get sick and die. But you're like, well, it was delicious.
It was delicious.
So there's
I've never had curry like that in my life.
Yeah, never had life-changing curry, life-ending curry.
Life-ending curry.
So there's Chick-fil-A, which fuck bigot chicken. You know what? Fuck Chick-fil-A. All my homies hate Chick-fil-A. Fuck you guys.
Hate Chick-fil-A.
It's not that good.
It's really not that good.
The only good thing they have there is a spicy chicken sandwich.
And I can't stand those fucking commercials where they're like, they have some, like they obviously decided they wanted to have a black person on to, make it seem like they're the worldly type. And
you like that.
I really do like that.
That's like so offensive in a really sneaky way.
Not really.
It's pretty fucked up.
Not really.
It's a little offensive.
If you like if you go to a bar and you start chatting with people and you're like trying out new drinks and stuff, you're the worldly type.
Okay.
It's cultured.
Sure.
Cultured and
It still sounds like something like an out of touch English teacher would call a black girl.
No, not true at all. They call them like the urban type,
Yeah, that's bad.
That's what you're thinking of.
You can't.
I know, and nobody should, because that's like, well, first of all, it implies that all black people live in the inner city, which is not true at all.
Chick-fil-A gets a C.
Chick-fil-A gets a C. Why did we extend on that tangent? I hate that.
Because it was funny.
It was funny.
Steak and Shake gets a fucking S. They're
an S.
It's always
good.
Oh yeah. It's
Steak
always
and Shake
good.
Rocks.
So, and there's the Red Zone, which I've only eaten at once. I ate there like the first weekend I was on campus, and then I was like, I'm not ever going back here. It's not bad. You just have to like use a special app, and you gotta. It's like a real restaurant where you have to like wait a while.
What is it again?
The Red Zone.
Oh,
So you have to wait a while. Is that everything in the?
What do they serve there?
I got grilled chicken. They have like chicken and like shit like that. I could pull up the menu, I guess, but I don't.
Seems like they would have more beef and pork and stuff like that, like red meat.
I wish. It's a lot of chicken on this place because chicken's good for you. I don't like chicken though.
You don't like chicken?
Well,
we're having fried chicken later.
That's different. That's different. Well, we're going to Popeyes, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to get shrimp.
Oh, shrimp at Popeyes.
Yeah, because I want cocktail sauce.
You know what? I want to make a quick shout out to a Louisville restaurant. The Seafood Lady downtown, fucking incredible.
Yeah, we got
Cajun food like you would never believe.
I've never had Cajun food.
It's pricey. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it. Like, if you get shrimp there, they're like full on prawns. They have like the little legs and shit.
Big scrimps.
Oh yeah, they're big.
You gotta devein them yourself. I hate that. I hate doing that.
You don't have to do that.
But you gotta crack them open.
They are not really.
You said they're prawns, so they have the legs.
Well, they're like prawns. I mean,
so you
imagine
gotta crack
the
them
size
open.
of prawns.
Oh, so they're as big as. Well, you said they had the legs.
They do have the legs.
So you gotta crack them open.
Well, I just ate them with the legs.
Interesting. Okay.
They're soft enough, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess they crack them in the kitchen and then they bring them out. I don't know.
And then there's Papa John's.
If you work at Seafood Lady, tell me how that works.
I don't think. I think we could just Google that.
Well, it takes the magic out of it. You know, if you Googled everything in the world, then you
at Seafood Lady in the chat.
You're like, imagine some guy who just
Discord.
sits in his room and Googles literally everything. He's a walking encyclopedia, but he doesn't know anything about the world.
I like Wikipedia. So don't diss Wikipedia.
The free encyclopedia that anyone can edit.
Yeah, a chair is a thing you sit on. And then there's Papa John's. Fuck Papa John's. See.
Yeah.
But, so let me tell you about what kind of things. So, at all these establishments, you can get pretty much anything they offer, but that comes out of, like, either paying with real money or,
Wait, so what are you allowed to get there with your meal ticket?
I'm just about to explain that.
Okay.
So you can either, like, you go to Steak and Shake. I use the rest of my meal plan dollars, which is, like, an extra thing I have, to get a very big Nutella milkshake. And, oh, my God, it was so fucking good. With a cherry. Oh, it was so good. And it was delicious.
You sound like Mr. Fugu from Shatter.
Oh, yeah.
It was delicious.
It was delicious. So...
barbecue sauce.
You can go in there and you can order pretty much anything. But if you're using your value meals like I do, you get at Steak and Shake specifically, you get 3 options. You can get a grilled cheese. Mm-hmm. I haven't had a grilled cheese because I'm not a big grilled cheese guy unless it's with tomato soup. Can't resist grilled cheese and tomato soup made by my mom. That's like sick food, you know, like you got a really bad cold, your mom makes it for you, then my mom's like, now get the fuck out of here so you don't get me sick. She's still sick.
Golly,
she doesn't have COVID, but she's still sick. When I saw her yesterday, she was like coughing and sneezing. I feel bad for her. And my whole brother, Baba, Bev, they all have COVID, so I can't see them for a while.
Sucks.
It does suck because I was planning on hanging out with Hunter all weekend, but
yeah.
I guess I'll just go home tonight and just play Overwatch for hours and talk about how much I hate the game.
What a bad fucking release. Holy shit.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
I want to talk about how mad that makes me.
Yeah.
So you can get, at the value meals, you can get a grilled cheese, you can get a double steak burger, which is what I usually get with all the shit on it. You know, I love my onions, I love my pickles. Mm-hmm. And then you can get this third thing. It's called like a beef frank, and I thought it was a hot dog, and I got it once, but it wasn't a hot dog. It was just a weird burger, and it tastes like exactly the same.
They call it a beef frank, but it's a burger?
I don't remember what they call it. Maybe they fucked up my order, and it was supposed to be a hot dog.
Maybe. That's probably it.
But whatever it was, it tasted like the burger. So I like to get one of those. But what I usually eat... Do you remember Quillen from... high school?
You ask me that all the time. I don't.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
So, all right. Well, Quill, he was in my grade, so he was a theater. Were you a theater kid in senior year?
In your senior year? No.
In my senior year, you were graduating.
Yeah, I know.
But I said yours.
I was a theater kid in senior year.
So I don't know. Maybe.
But I didn't know anyone in theater because everyone in theater thought they were better than me.
Well, yeah, that's true because those people are pretentious.
They're so pretentious.
Quillen is a good friend of mine. I'm not going to show him this podcast because he would think it was stupid. He's an incredibly
Who
smart.
wouldn't?
Yeah, he's like he's kind of like Ken. He's like my Ken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ken is my brother's best friend. He's like Jesus Christ, kind of. He's like infallible, and he's
Spencer describes him as the platonic ideal.
He even texts me on my birthday, and I don't have his phone number. He's a really nice guy.
That's awesome.
Same for Quillen. Quillen fucking. There was one time there was a student show being put on, and I got there, and I thought that I could use my card. And they were like, no, it's just cash. And I was like, well, fuck, I guess I'll go. And Quillen was like, no. And he paid for it.
Love that.
So
I used to know guys like that in Madrigal.
I owe him like $4. Maybe I'll bake him up, get him cupcakes or something. I don't know, something nice like that. Nice. But his dorm is like across from mine, so we hang out sometimes. And what we do is every Tuesday and Thursday after we get out of our final class, we go to the Commons. Now, the Commons is another area with a lot of restaurants. But it's also connected to the very nice library. Several stories tall big library.
I'd love to see that.
You would fucking go crazy for it because get this, they have a vinyl listening room.
Ooh.
And they have hundreds of like worldly as you say vinyls. Like I even found shit from Latvia in there.
Wow.
I was like, holy shit, I gotta sit down and
I
listen
wonder
to
if they
some
have
of this.
Los Jaivas. I love those guys. They're from Argentina. Oh, no, Chile. They're awesome.
They've got all the movies in the world. They've got everything. It's a very cool library.
Super cool.
Except for I went there to try to check
Do they
out...
have like a big auditorium thing or something like that?
No,
I remember my elementary school library had this really crazy, like, it was small, but it was like an auditorium. It had a tiered carpeted seating in a big semicircle shape. It was a really interesting room, and I have dreams about it sometimes.
So it's a really nice library. But here are the restaurants in the Commons. You've got a what is it? Panda Express, which has the same problem as Chick-fil-A, where the line is always super fucking long.
Yeah.
But
I really don't like Panda Express that much.
It's not nearly as
it's
good
like
as,
gentrified Chinese food.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good as something else.
lame.
But I got in there. I got into the line early one night. I didn't even skip class. I just got in there early. And I got chow mein with beef and broccoli. It was not very good, but I felt like a winner. So what Quillen and I, and there's a few restaurants in there. There's a Moe's.
Moe's is good.
Moe's fucked me over.
Really?
I'm not going back there.
Oh, wow.
Because I waited like 45 minutes in line. I get there, I see the value meals, and they're junior burritos or junior taco bowls. And I'm like, what the fuck? Just give me a normal burrito. And so I get my burrito made. And they're like, do you want cheese and guac on it? And I'm like, oh, of course I do. And then I get to the end of the register, and they're like, yeah, that'll be an extra $6. And I was like, what?
What the fuck?
What? Yeah, well, they didn't tell me.
You know, if you're planning on going to Moe's, save yourself the money and go to Qdoba. The Doba rocks.
Yeah.
I love the Doba.
We swear by the Qdoba. So Moe's has made an enemy out of me. So there's a Moe's up in the top of the area. There's a Spencer's Coffee.
Oh.
And every time I go there, I make a joke saying, I'm Spencer, I should get in free. I hear the coffee there is good, but I'm not really gonna...
Wouldn't you know? You made it.
I made it. It's really far away from my dorm. You have to go all the way up the hill. Which
it also
sucks.
means you made all those ugly, horrible gifts at Spencer's Gifts.
Yeah,
and that's not good.
And the
you made all
the Rick and Morty bongs.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. Rick and Morty bongs.
Yeah.
Or like My Hero Academia fucking rolling tins.
Yeah, Wubba Lubba Dub Dub.
My Hero Academia grinder.
Or like all those fucking crystals and those cheap incense.
Oh,
aren't you fucking glad to be rid of that awful incense all the time?
I love incense.
No, the cheap shit that somebody we used to know would light in here. See, the stuff I gave you in the
those incense cones were very good.
Those are good.
Yeah, cheap incense is super lame and it doesn't smell like anything, but incense cones are very nice. I need more incense cones. I think I still have that burner.
I'm glad you still have that burner because it wasn't cheap. I just ordered some more cones online. So Moe's has made an enemy out of me, and there's a Spencer's Coffee, which I've never been to. At the coffee places, you can't do value meal swipes. You have to pay with money, which is like, oh. So, but there's
Spencer wants everything for free.
Well, I fucking paid. How much is college tuition, Wendy?
Oh God, like $28,000.
Don't you expect that I should get like a fucking coffee for free
at
least once?
Should.
We have a coffee maker in our dorm though, so it's no big deal.
Fancy.
No, we brought it. Trent brought it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So good on Trent. We use it. He drinks more coffee than me. Usually I just stick to my ADHD meds because like really I don't need anything else. I have like a cup of coffee maybe like once every 2 weeks, and I bought this big box of pods, and there's it's like not good coffee, but it's good enough to drink black, and I'm fine with it. So then there's this unnamed restaurant in there that like serves fried chicken and shit. And I went there once and I immediately got food poisoning. Do you remember when I had food poisoning?
Yeah, I do.
That was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm not eating there again. But they have the best restaurant on campus there. And this is every Tuesday and Thursday. At the end of class, I'll just grab Quill and I'll be like, hey, pizza time? And he's like, yes. So we go down. Awesome. We go down. And we go to this place called Eiffel Tower Pizza.
Ooh.
And there are two value meal options. There's 2 pieces of pizza, or a piece of pizza and 5 wings, barbecue, buffalo, whatever the fuck you want. Usually I get the 2 pieces of pizza.
Love buffalo pizza. Buffalo pizza rocks.
They do like weekly pizzas, but usually it's a New York style pizza, and my favorite
pizza of the week, like the Bob's Burgers burger of the week or whatever.
It's burger of the day for Bob's
burger.
Burgers.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Industrious Bob.
yeah, he's Bob. So, Quillen, and get this, right? These pieces are fucking huge. It's like getting 2 pieces is half of a pizza. Wow. Like, they're so big. And Quillen and I will just sit down at our special table. If that table's taken, we're like... And usually it's not, though. We just sit down and we eat and we talk. And, like, we have so much to talk about. He's such a cool guy. I gotta hang out with him over the summer. Or just
you gotta bring Quillen over here.
I don't think he vibes with... I don't think he's, like, ever done a weed. And I don't know what part of Louisville he lives in. He does live in Louisville.
I don't do weed that often.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure you two would have lots of theater stories to regale each other with.
Sure.
But Eiffel Tower pizza is, like, actually fucking, like, good high-quality pizza.
Nice.
And the lady who works the register is this beautiful woman.
Oh, my.
But she's an immigrant, so she speaks in broken English. Oh.
Where's she from?
I don't want to be that guy, but obviously, like, somewhere in Africa.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like I can't tell where.
There's one guy on my crew has 2 adopted Ethiopian brothers. I thought that was really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So I think the whole crew who works there are just a group of immigrants from that same place because they speak the same language. Mm-hmm. So I think they just I don't know how that works. They're not students, and so she always lets me get free refills on my drinks. And she's just like what did you have? And I was like, Diet Coke. And she was like, and she knows that I get it without ice. She's like learned.
Oh,
so, yeah. So
isn't that so satisfying? I used to go to the Subway all the time after work.
Wait till I get on Subway.
Memorized my order. Listen, I don't like Subway that much, but it was convenient. Okay, it was right next to where I work.
It's too convenient. So this is where we get into the last part of what I eat. There's a Subway right next to my dorm. It's like the building is physically connected. Like,
wow.
If I wish there was like a stair...
Like you go down to the commons room and it's right there.
No, I wish it was that simple, but it's like you exit the dorm and walk like 100 feet and it's right there.
Wow.
But like if you look at the buildings, you'll see that they were like built on top of each other.
Wow. Okay.
And so, oh my god, I eat Subway like every single day of the week. It's awful.
Oh my god.
And there are 2 sandwiches I go between, and I'll get a 12-inch, which is 2 meal swipes, and I'll give half to Trent. Mm-hmm. You know, because I'm a good guy like that.
That's sweet.
And what I usually get is meatballs with mozzarella and green peppers on wheat. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, why is it so good?
I do not like their meatball subs. Not a fan.
They're kind of metallic.
Yeah.
But the other thing I get is it's always on wheat because I only eat wheat bread. If I eat white bread, it's like a baguette or like a special occasion. Mm-hmm. Because that multigrain shit. Oh,
you gotta treat yourself to some Italian herbs and cheese, though.
They don't have it right. They haven't had it for a few weeks. You
gotta be kidding me.
They've been out for like.
It's like the best Subway bread.
Well, I like the Monterey Jack a lot.
Yeah,
but they never have that either.
That's good stuff.
And the other thing I get is still on wheat: a 6-inch on wheat turkey with American cheese, with tomatoes, cucumbers, and mayo. And mayo is paleo.
Hey, mayo is paleo.
Mayo is paleo. You can eat all the fucking mayo you want. And I get that, and that's usually
ain't nothing
pretty
wrong
good.
with mayo. Mayo is paleo.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with mayo. Mayo is paleo. Look at us referencing people who are infinitely more successful than we'll ever be. Then the last thing is, so right next to the Subway, still connected to my dorm. I wish there was just like a fucking staircase I could walk down to go in there. Because here's how leaving my dorm works. I exit through the doors.
Okay.
I go get my thing. I come back, then I have to like scan my card in one time to unlock the building, get back in there, and then I have to scan it again at this registry thing at the desk where the desk person works.
My god, you work in like a nuclear power plant?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, maybe bad stuff happens on campus that people need to be careful about.
I guess so. I mean, that's the only reason I could think of for that happening.
And so
did you hear what happened at UK the other day?
With the girl?
Oh my god.
My dad was telling me all about it in the car.
Horrible. And I have friends who go to UK and I asked them about it and they told me all about it. Oh, wow.
Well, let's tell the people.
Caitlin Bennett returns to UK.
Caitlin Bennett returns to UK.
So this very, very white student there got really mad at this black girl. I don't know if she was a student or I think she was an RA.
She was a student worker. She was. I think she was a janitor for the building.
Really? Okay. But she Oh my god, she got so mad at her.
I
don't know what the reason was.
Well, the reason was the white girl. What's her name?
I have no idea.
It's Sophia something.
Oh, don't call her out. Well, maybe you should.
She's all over the news right now.
Oh yeah,
fucking Tucker Carlson's talking about her right now.
Oh my god.
So Sophia, what's her face?
She's gonna be the new Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah. No. Hold on, my tinnitus is acting up. Give me a. I hate that it's come back. It was gone for like a year, but now it's back.
You think if I blow the slide whistle in your ear,
I think that would make it worse. Okay, that hurt, but it's gone now.
Yeah, see.
So this Sophia woman was in not even in her right dorm, and she was like drunk as shit, and the woman wasn't letting
Which
her.
is no excuse.
Yeah, never an excuse. And that's no matter how inebriated you are,
you always have judgment.
Yeah, and she there's some drugs like benzodiazepines that get.
Well, we're talking about alcohol here.
Alcohol can impair your judgment.
But it's not. It's not excuse worthy.
I don't think alcohol has ever made me go on a racist tirade.
Oh, right, exactly.
But so she had gotten to the wrong.
And if it makes you go on a racist tirade, you clearly have some thoughts in the back of your head that you don't want to share with other people.
So she had gotten to the wrong dormitory, and they weren't letting her in because that wasn't her dorm. And so she starts accosting this black woman and calling her the word, and calling her.
We don't even need to say it. It's the word.
Calling her a bitch, and shit like that. And my.
And she said this word repeatedly. Like, if you're thinking this is a Michael Richards thing, no. Over and over and over and over and over again. Oh my god, I can't even count the amount of times she said it.
I just and now she's permanently banned.
Oh yeah.
And she didn't even apologize. Is the word because I bet if she had written like a big worded like I'm so sorry for my behavior, it was so beneath me, she would have been fine. Really?
Probably.
Yeah. And like made like some big donation to like the school or
see that would I mean it wouldn't, but it would probably
still
get
bad.
her back on.
Yeah, it would get her back in campus. But the thing go
ahead.
Well, I was gonna say the thing I'm wondering is when somebody gets canceled like at a school or a public institution like that, is there like a school for like how
oh my god!
Do you know
that would make a great skit, dude? Holy shit!
But like I had back in my scumbag days, I had friends who sold drugs, and they got caught, and they were sent to this what was the name of that school? The school it was like. It wasn't a permanent school, but you got sent over there if you did bad shit for a while. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it was.
Because you knew people who went there.
I went there once, for a day. I can't remember.
What did you do?
I can't remember what I did, actually.
Jesus Christ.
This was back in elementary school. I do not know what I did. It was for a day. A day.
Yeah, but these high schoolers would get sent there for like 3 to 4 months.
Right.
It was, alternative schools is what they're called.
Right.
Are there alternative college institutions, though?
And what kinds of people would attend these alternative colleges?
Well, people like the Sophia woman, people who had gotten in so much trouble, or like, because I understand kicking her out of that school because of the shitty thing she did, and like that's in my opinion the most action she should receive.
Yeah, and on top of that, even if she came back, her reputation would be screwed. Like, imagine.
Well, her reputation's screwed everywhere.
Death threats taped to your door, stuff like that. I mean, it's not like she could be a student there.
But the thing is, like, does that person now entirely miss out on getting a college education?
Probably.
Which is bad, in my opinion.
I guess so, because like you can't learn from your mistakes. You're just gonna be bitter about it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and then, like...
I mean, I suppose even racists need to be rehabilitated.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
the point, because they're just going to have children, and then those children are going to be racist. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
It's just, like... college has opened, like, so many new things to me that it's like weird to me that people go to college and they remain like, unless you're going to like a Catholic college like Bellarmine, which no dishing to Bellarmine. I almost went there for
I know some great people who went to Bellarmine.
I almost went there for their veterinary program. It's an exceedingly good school.
Yeah.
But it's still incredibly they have a whole church there. I mean, I was going to go to Kentucky Wesleyan too, which like has like mandatory church time, which is kind of, isn't that weird?
Who ever heard of the separation of church and state?
I don't know.
Come on, people.
I don't think it was mandatory, but I think it like you got like points or something.
Points off?
No, not points off, but like
extra points.
Yeah, if you attended.
That's so lame.
Which is so, somebody from Wesleyan's going to be like, that's not true at all, you piece of shit. But I remember when I was touring, they were talking about it a lot, like it was a very important thing to them. But so the point I'm making is there no alternative school, because I understand that the people who college students are adults, basically, and even though you're 18, and I'm not an adult in my opinion, and nor is my little sister.
But it is,
even
college
though she's
is also
18.
an institution. See, like if you go into college after you leave high school or the military or God forbid prison, you're gonna come out of college or the military or prison like an 18-year-old. You won't know how to like pay for an apartment, or like when you get into this apartment you have to pay for your bills and everything. You've got gas and electric, you've got internet and everything like that. They don't know how to do that. That's why so many veterans are there's a huge homeless problem with veterans, because they come back, they're like 34 from the military, they've had like 3 tours, and they don't know how to be a normal civilian who has to be responsible. Yeah.
Which is just fucked up. Because in college you do get opportunities, and I took a few financial classes, so
Spencer here can't even drive.
Yeah, I don't have a car.
Yeah.
If you like had to put me behind a wheel, I could probably, like, if you were,
most people could
if
for
you
a short
were
while,
like severely injured and I had to take you to the hospital, I could probably get you to the hospital.
Yeah, because you've driven before.
Yeah. But no, I do not have, and this is like a little bit of loser Spencer. I do not have a license. I do not have a car. Hopefully this summer, is when I'll get one, but I don't know. I'm begging my dad for a Toyota Corolla.
And can we talk about this problem with your dad?
What problem with my dad?
How he got Veronica a Porsche and he didn't give you anything.
Well, that's because I spent all my money that was supposed to go towards a car on medical bills.
Right.
And ambulance rides.
Right.
But
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think maybe your dad, since he's a self-made man, has this concept in his head that Spencer is a male and he should be able to buy his own car. You think so?
No, because he's given Hunter 3 cars.
That's true.
Because Hunter wrecked the Ford Fusion because he didn't change the oil for like 8 years.
Right.
And then he didn't wreck the Mercedes-Benz failed on itself. It just, the steering block finally gave out. I don't think it was anyone's fault. It had to be scrapped.
Right.
I mean, how do you maintain a steering block? I don't know anything about cars. Don't they just wear away eventually?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, they were just saying, like, listen, we got to get rid of this car because of, like, it's a danger to people on the road, because at any moment it could just
Was it a recall?
Like, I don't know. It was
summoned for a recall?
It was a fucking Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, but sometimes, well, Mercedes has made some mistakes.
So that car went away, which wasn't Hunter's fault. Then Hunter had the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Nothing bad happened with that
Jeep
car.
Grand Cherokees are fucking great cars. Dude, I kind of want one.
He learned his lesson.
I showed you the Subaru Baja, right?
Yeah.
I would love to have one of those.
He learned his lesson taking care of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and he kept it pretty well. But then, money. Hunter sold it, and he bought the whatever Ford he's driving. Have you seen his new car?
I think I have.
The blue one? It's pretty cool.
It's all right.
I like it. I would be happy with a car like that. But what I really want is a hybrid. But those are, you can't find those on the market right now. Those are coveted. I mean,
everyone should be able to afford a hybrid, by the way. I mean, if they really want to, if the government really thinks that individuals are at fault for global warming, which is not true, 70% of global warming is attributed to major corporations.
Like gases.
But if they really want to put the
farms.
onus on us, they should make hybrid cars more. Like there should be a national budget for people to afford hybrid cars and stuff like that.
I think there is a push in California to try to get.
Yes, there is. They want to make all hybrid they want to make all cars hybridized by like 2025, I think.
Yeah. Which would be pretty epic.
Also too ambitious. And like it's ridiculous that they're putting that legislature into place when there's still huge housing issues in California. Like California has been a Democratic stronghold for the past like over 10 years.
Yeah.
And they still have massive housing inequality there, amidst a slew of other problems. But of course, they would rather ban guns than give poor people a place to live. And everyone in like city councils lives in these really nice single-family homes, and they don't want to get rid of single-family zoning. They did actually push to eliminate single-family zoning, which is great. It's a great step in the right direction, but it hasn't led anywhere yet. And we need to make California a more affordable place to live.
So you know how Elon Musk bought Twitter?
Oh, yes. What a shit show.
Donald Trump hasn't been unbanned.
I thought he tweeted recently.
I check. He's not back.
He's not? I thought he made a tweet recently.
Last time I checked, when you told me, I believed you, but then I looked and I didn't see anything.
Maybe it was a fake account. Probably.
Yeah. So
since you can't tell which accounts are fake now, which is just hilarious.
Elon Musk's, how much did he spend on Twitter? Like $50 billion or something?
I think it was $44 billion.
And Elon Musk still at the same time for the past, oh my God. How long has he been saying that he would fix world hunger?
Oh, I've never heard him say that in my life.
He had this like promise that
instead he would rather build crowded tunnels under California, which hasn't done anything.
What the thing was like he said he talked to the UN, and he was like, if you write up a plan to end world hunger, I will pay for it. Mm-hmm. Very noble, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. If true. Big if true. And for a while, let's talk about Francesco.
And you know what? He could be a Carnegie kind of type person, but so far I haven't seen it. I won't believe it yet.
My brother Francesco works for Tesla. He's a chassis engineer. So he's like been around the Musk, and he's got quite a few things to say.
He's convened with the Musk.
Yeah, he's convened with the Musk. I don't think they've met in person, but he's like on his email list and has received personal emails from Elon Musk. And so, like, what else does Elon Musk do? He does SpaceX. He does Tesla. He does another thing. Doesn't he?
The Boring Company tunneling under.
I don't know what that is. What is this tunneling under?
Okay, so Elon Musk had a plan to alleviate traffic in LA, which is obviously totally fucked up. And he decided, this great fucking idea, I guess, of making a tunnel under LA to get to, like a subway ought to act. But the tunnel is a single lane deal decided to be occupied by cars, and they get on like a track or whatever. It's not even really a track, they just drive down there. It's super claustrophobic and it's super congested, and there's traffic down there, and there's like little elevators that take the cars up and down.
Is this a real thing?
Yes, it's been constructed.
It like people use it?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
What?
I think he only allows Teslas in there though.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
There's a fucking.
You can look it up.
Under California.
Under LA.
Under LA, there are tunnels made by Elon Musk with fucking car elevators.
Yes. Shit,
I don't believe you.
Car elevators are not really like it's not a thing in the future anymore. It's very much now. Like
is that
you ever seen those Carvana buildings with the big car elevators?
Yeah, is that how they do that?
Yeah, there's like a big cylindrical building with cars facing the center, and there's a big elevator that turns around. Cars get on it, and stuff like that. It's very retrofuturistic in my opinion. Very cool.
It's so bizarre.
It is bizarre. We'll never have flying cars though. Ever.
Never
have flying cars.
And
the FAA would never get behind that.
We're never gonna have self-driving cars either.
Thing of it is, like, you can't trust most people to drive. You can't trust. You think you could trust everyone with a driver's license to fly? Are you fucking kidding me? And imagine how easy it would be to launch another 9/11.
Yeah.
Flying cars. Imagine, like,
Jesus Christ, Wendy, God damn.
Well, I'm just saying,
dropping 9/11 on us.
You saw how many car bombing incidents there were by the IRA in Ireland in like the 90s. Imagine how that would proceed with flying cars. The FAA would never approve that.
Is there
nor the NTSB.
I have a question for you.
What?
Is there a vehicle that both flies and drives?
They're all prototypes. So
there's nothing.
Hyundai's got a prototype. Several like single person contractors have prototypes.
How do you even do that?
What you do, most of the prototypes are based on 4-rotor drones. So you get a car, just a fucking car, and you stick a big 4-rotor apparatus on the top. It was like 4 beams with helicopter rotors on the ends of them, and it takes off just like one of those little drones that you get for like $20 at Walmart. And then it just lands, and I'm assuming the way you would implement it is like you turn your garage into a funny looking hangar deal where you drive in there, and then there's like a machine that comes down like a big winch that raises the whole apparatus up, and then when you're ready to go, you lower it and then bolt everything into place and then drive off.
So you take it off?
I assume you would. It's giant.
How do you
imagine how big helicopter rotors would have to be to lift a car?
No such thing as flying cars.
No, it's never gonna happen.
Do you think we're gonna live long enough to see like a Gargantua 2 or I think so. Luxury space travel?
I think so. I think that's definitely on the horizon because you've got people like Elon Musk who are trying to do stuff like that. Jeff Bezos goes to space for fun. It would be only for the top 1%, but yeah, there could be some like kind of Gargantua 2 sort of thing. Gargantua 2 is a massive luxury space station in the Venture Brothers. Good show, you should watch it.
Yeah, one of the best.
But yeah, we can talk about aviation in the future all you fucking want. Like, for example, a lot of people think that electric planes are a good idea, and they are because thing is, air travel is super polluting because jet fuel is not based on gasoline, and gasoline can be made into E85 and it can burn cleaner, but jet fuel and all aircraft fuel is based on kerosene, which has a much dirtier burn to it. But there are projects like the 747-800. UPS has a ton of them. And they have cleaner burning engines. By how much, I do not know. But it's definitely, there's a push being made for it. But electric air travel is just not going to happen anytime soon because the power to, maybe you could, the only electric projects are for propeller planes at the moment. Propeller driven planes. I believe there are some electric helicopter or electric helicopter drone sort of type things going on. UPS has some of those, and they're working on more. But the thing is, to power a jet engine with just electric power is ridiculously ambitious because in order to start a jet engine, you need to have this big cart that runs on runs on gasoline, by the way, or diesel. Next to the aircraft, and that starts one engine, or it'll start the APU, which is the auxiliary power unit. It's another engine in the back of the plane that doesn't produce any thrust. It only produces power. It's just a power plant inside the plane, typically located at the tail. But you need one of those big carts to start it. They have air starts, and they have what are called GPUs or ground power units. Air starts are massive air compressors that introduce air into the engine. But to start the other engine on the plane, you need to have one engine going because one engine produces enough power to power the other one. Back in the day, near the advent of jet aviation, time? I want to talk about this.
Oh, we're almost hitting the 50-minute mark.
The 50-minute mark? Well, I want to talk about, I read this autobiography by Chuck Yeager, right? And he had a squadron of I believe it was F10. No, it was F100s. No, F-86 Sabres, in Germany, and if you had to have an emergency landing, you wouldn't be able to start it without one of those big carts. So what you'd do is you'd radio to one of your buddies. He'd land next to you, and then you would position your aircraft behind the other aircraft, so that the engine exhaust was blowing right into your engine. So they keep their engine running and turn it to max, and that shoves enough airflow through your air compressor in the engine to start the engine, because it needs to be channeling enough a certain amount of air through it in order to actually start.
So you're saying you need a buddy to come and fix
Yeah,
it?
it's like a jump for a car.
That sounds really annoying.
It is annoying, but it was actually it's not it wasn't Air Force regulation at all. Like, that was entirely Chuck's idea, because they used to do that when they were testing the F-86 Sabres at Edwards Air Force Base. I can talk about this all day. I can talk about Chuck Yeager. I can talk about F-86 Sabres. I can talk about anything related to aviation all day. But we're at the 50-minute mark? Yeah, this is pretty long. So,
we'll do another one today. We'll do another one when we
another
get back.
one?
Yeah, we can do 2. I mean, what, you want to come back to Here After Magic, or do you want to do one in a few hours?
We should come back to Here After Magic.
We can talk about Magic. Okay,
we'll definitely talk about Magic. Oh, we never talked about Overwatch.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
the next episode is going to be the gaming episode, all right? We're going to talk Magic, we're going to talk Overwatch, we're going to talk TF2, we're going to talk Halo. We got to talk about Halo Infinite.
Yeah, we can talk about Halo.
Yeah.
All right, well, everybody, thanks for listening. This was a little bit more of a serious one. You know, we both came down from our wild night. Mm-hmm. So this shows that we can, what's like a funny thing to say?
Oh, yeah, we can
be your angel or your devil.
Your ankle or your devil.
Yeah. All right, well, bye, guys. We'll see you again soon.
I suppose, yeah. All right, who's the first of all, before we cut this, who's the angel, who's the devil?
I'm the devil, obviously.
You're definitely the devil.
Yeah.
All right, I'm the angel.
Yeah. And we're gonna make you draw some. I'm gonna force you to draw more thumbnails to use for.
Are you gonna chain me to my desk?
Yep. Bye.
All right. Bye.